Intelligence agencies are raising a red flag about new threats to election security, including AI. I'm Natalie Brandt with a look at how election officials are tackling the emerging technology before voters head to the polls.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says a trooper from Miami is fired after he was charged with sex crimes. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Court documents say Trooper Jackie Lee Reinhardt pulled over a semi-truck driver for speeding on I-44 near Big Cabin in Craig County. They say Reinhardt forced sexual acts on the driver. Reinhardt is charged with sexual battery and forcible sodomy. After the charges were filed, the Highway Patrol released a statement saying it's terminated Reinhardt's employment. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
Well, it actually turned out to be a decent day for us today. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially late morning into the early afternoon, but it looks pretty good right now. It's 68 in Joplin, 70 in Pittsburgh. Most of us are dry. Most of us will stay dry for the next several hours, and then we'll start to see a few more showers popping up later on tonight. But you can see most of us near 70. Into the mid-70s once you get into our western counties. Kind of a light northeasterly breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Any showers and thunderstorms we had earlier raced right on out of here, but we are going to get a few more showers back in here later on tonight. Any severe weather stays to our south during the evening hours. We'll slide back through the 70s, 60s, more thunderstorms to come. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Today is the 13th anniversary of the 2011 Joplin tornado. 161 people were killed, thousands more injured, thousands of homes were destroyed. To this day, the Joplin tornado ranks as one of Missouri's and the United States' deadliest tornadoes. It is also the costliest tornado in U.S. history, with $2.8 billion in damages. Kansas University students are getting their hands dirty with some excavation just outside Parsons. The site is reportedly the location where events involving the murderous Bloody Bender family took place. Not only are students getting hands-on in the field training, according to their professor, they're also able to understand the story and history behind everything.
This is a really exciting way to tell the community what we're finding and to really illuminate the time that the people were here and the awful things that happened here, is to kind of tie it really back to the material objects that we're finding. And so that's kind of really neat. I think it's really important for students to see that the work that they do is of interest to the community around them, and not just interest, but like deep personal history for a lot of people around here as well.
Team's going to be on site for another week. Then they're going to take the material they've collected and analyze it over the coming months. We're going to have much more on this story tonight at 6. The Department of Homeland Security is raising the red flag about the threat AI technology poses to the upcoming election. As Natalie Brandt shows us, it's a scenario election officials are preparing for through special exercises.
Here anymore.
A message elections officials are working to amplify in the countdown to November. They face a web of increasingly complex and high-tech threats to voting, including artificial intelligence. This fake video of Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes shows just how easily an elected leader's image and voice can be manipulated.
I am without a doubt exactly who you think I am.
Arizona's elections officials gave journalists an inside look.
I've heard that there's a chatbot being used.
And how they're training to stay ahead of bad actors.
Our elections are going to be in good shape because we're preparing this way.
And Fontes says the media has a critical role in helping the public understand what's real and what's not.
Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans.
During primary season, a fake robocall impersonating President Biden told New Hampshire voters to stay home. A real-life example of AI interfering in elections.
It accelerates the speed at which bad information can move. It increases the volume through which it gets out there in the world. That's one of the bigger new threats that we haven't faced yet, that we're not too sure about yet.
There are real threats.
Ben Hovland chairs the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, which has created an AI toolkit to help election administrators.
I do think election officials are prepared, but I think we just continue to add more and more to their plate, and it's important to recognize those changes, recognize those challenges.
Federal officials say they're working on a full-court press with states and localities to defend against the new threats and ensure this upcoming election is secure. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Intelligence officials say Russia, China, and Iran remain the main players looking to interfere with the 2024 election, but warn domestic groups could also try to launch disinformation campaigns. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced today the Senate will vote on a bill that protects access to contraception nationwide. The move is meant to put lawmakers on the record about where they stand on the issue. This comes after former President Trump said he might consider restricting access. The former president soon walked back the comment on social media, saying he will never advocate for restricting birth control or contraceptives. Still ahead, something future mothers should know.
Managing C-section pain. I'm Danya Backus with why anesthesiologists say more needs to be done for expecting mothers.
Plus, what researchers found about the viability of transplanting genetically modified pig kidneys into humans. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, researchers with NYU, MIT, and Harvard tracked the cellular response of several recent transplants between people and other animal species in hopes of avoiding future organ rejection. They found genetically modified pig kidneys aren't immediately rejected by the body, but strong reactions from human immune cells could lead to failure over time. Scientists hope these details will lead to better engineered pig organs for future transplants. Cesarean sections are the most common surgery in the U.S., with around 1.3 million performed every year. Regional anesthesia, either epidural or spinal, is typically given during a C-section birth to ensure pain-free delivery for mothers. But recent research shows some mothers still experience pain during the delivery. Tanya Bacchus looks at how one medical group is working to ensure C-sections are pain-free.
You want to say hi?
Tiffany Zing's bundle of joy arrived in a way she wasn't expecting. She was induced at 39 weeks because she had borderline gestational diabetes.
I labored through 2.5 days, so it was a very long labor. The first 24 hours were unmedicated.
After those 2 days of labor and no baby, doctors suggested she have a C-section. Naturally, she had some fear.
Just what if you feel the pain, and what if you wake up? I think that's the worst thing that could happen.
Thankfully, Tiffany didn't feel any pain during her surgery. But research shows as many as 1 in 7 women have some form of discomfort or pain during a C-section, even after receiving anesthesia.
This is a problem, and we want to help to make that number go to 0.
Dr. Mark Sikowski is the chair of the American Society of Anesthesiologists Committee on Obstetric Anesthesiology. ASA is offering new recommendations to make sure C-sections are pain-free, including maintaining adequate anesthesia throughout delivery, following up with new moms, and identifying risk factors for pain.
Prior history of pain during cesarean or having had a spinal epidural that was not 100% effective in providing pain relief during the labor, or needing a lot of extra medicine.
Most importantly, he wants mothers to speak up.
We're there to protect you. So if you're feeling something, say something, and we can talk to you and see what's going on.
Tiffany is thankful her anesthesiologist ensured she had no pain, so she could focus on the pleasure of motherhood. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Research also shows experiencing C-section pain during surgery is associated with psychological distress and increased post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of Americans believe they are not prepared to help someone in an emergency. A new poll from The Ohio State University finds only 51% of adults say they would be able to perform hands-only CPR. 49% can help someone who's seriously bleeding. 56% can stop someone from choking. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our Pet Vet on Call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about some travel tips with your dog.
Plus, we got more thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, we had some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there for us today, but overall, not a bad day. Our thunderstorms weren't too strong and not severe across the region, but the allergies have been high, so looking at those for us today, on a scale of 1 to 12, today is a 10.3, so on the high level. Tomorrow, a little bit lower. We drop to kind of a moderate range as we are going to be a 7.4. Looking outside, nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Any thunderstorms we had earlier racing off toward the east, out of here now. So everybody is on the dry side, and we're going to stay dry for the next several hours, and then we'll start to get a few more showers trying to pop up later on tonight. All the big time storms down to our south. This is where the severe weather has been. Arkansas stretching back into northern parts of Texas. But again, we'll get a few showers in here later on tonight. And here's our next wave, which will start to affect us as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow, with again, more chances for thunderstorms. So tomorrow's a level 2 out of 5. But here's the thing about tomorrow. They're going to be very scattered. So we may only get 1 or 2 storms that pop up. But if they do pop up, they could be strong to severe. Anywhere from 4 to 9 p.m. But I'm going to keep all the threats pretty low because they're going to be pretty scattered storms. As we go into time through the night, scattered showers, a few thunderstorms start popping up again late this evening into the morning hours, and then mainly gone by tomorrow morning. Temperatures sitting into lower 60s. As we go through the morning, partly sunny skies, mid 70s by noon. Most of us near 80 during the afternoon. Now, tomorrow afternoon, out in Kansas, Oklahoma, a few spotty thunderstorms. And again, the ones that do pop up could be strong to severe, and then they kind of die as they push on through, but definitely something we want to watch. Another band of showers and thunderstorms. This is going to be Friday morning, strengthening as they push through, but I think these will behave and just be kind of normal little thunderstorms for us as we go into Friday. All right, day planner tomorrow, most of the day dry, but those thunderstorm chances increasing late. High temp of 81 degrees. And if we look down the road, here's Saturday, a bigger severe weather threat moving in, especially Saturday afternoon and evening across the region. So let's take a look at that. Again, most of Saturday looks fine. But by Saturday evening, thunderstorms will explode out to our west and drive in. This should be widespread, most likely strong to severe. And then out of here on Sunday. I think Sunday looks pretty good, and also Memorial Day itself shaping up pretty good. All right, let's go 81 tomorrow. Evening scattered storms, a morning storm on Friday, and a possible alert day on Saturday with that severe threat back in. And then we get a little calmer stretch of weather next week.
Yeah, a brief one anyway. We'll welcome that for sure. Thanks, Doug. As more teens get set to hit the road, we're going to learn what cars are the safest for young drivers. That's next. Topping today's Consumer Watch, according to a recent finance study, the average menu prices for fast food have risen more than 39% since 2014. Finance Buzz's recent chart of fast food inflation documents multiple food chain prices since 2014. All the chains on the chart increased prices by at least 39%. McDonald's menu prices have the largest inflated prices of 100% since 2014. According to some Pittsburgh residents, it's cheaper to eat at a traditional restaurant rather than a fast food chain.
A lot of the fast food places have gotten so expensive that you can go somewhere else where they prepare the food fresh and pay the same or even less.
For more details about Finance Buzz's study, go to KOIMnewsnow.com. Memorial Day weekend signals the start of the summer driving season, which leads to an increase in accidents. Teenage drivers are at especially high risk, but a new study identifies vehicles that can help keep young drivers safer. Christine Lazar reports.
A car crash can happen in seconds, and drivers ages 16 to 19 are nearly 4 times more likely to be in an accident than older drivers.
Teenagers are more likely to lose control of their vehicle or to be driving too fast for conditions or to make choices that an experienced driver wouldn't make, and that exposes them to risk.
Rebecca Wiest is a research scientist at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and says that's why it's important for young drivers to have a safe car. The IIHS teamed up with Consumer Reports to create a list of recommended used vehicles for teens. There are 58 to choose from, ranging in price from $5,800 to almost $20,000. All the cars made the grade in a variety of crash tests. Every vehicle also comes with automatic emergency braking.
We find that teenagers especially benefit from having these systems that can intervene in the event of an imminent crash.
Things parents should absolutely be looking for are the newest safety features.
Consumer Reports' Jennifer Stockberger says parents should steer clear of sports cars and extra-large vehicles that can be hard to maneuver.
We talk a lot about the Goldilocks. These are the vehicles that aren't too fast, aren't too slow, aren't too big, actually aren't too small.
Used car prices skyrocketed during the pandemic, but here's some good news. A recent report showed prices are down nearly 7% from last year. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Our Pet Vet on Call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, big changes coming to the popular Buy Now, Pay Later plans. Then on KOAM News at 6, the City of Joplin's Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Group meets to discuss partnerships with businesses. Plus, we're going to have more on the excavation of the Southeast Kansas site linked to the Bloody Bender family. And Fort Scott High School comes together for a send-off for the softball team as they head to state. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial start of the summer travel season, and as families hit the road, a lot of them are going to take their furry friends with them. Well, today's question for our Pet Vet on Call: do you have any tips for taking a pet on a long trip?
Yes, basic tips. ID tags with several telephone numbers on them, leashes, collars, or pet taxis and crates for small dogs. And every single time you stop at a rest stop or a break, physically restrain and protect your pets. That's how most of them get in trouble and get hurt. Bring along their food and bottled water and some bowls. You want to bring along their favorite toy so that they feel comfortable. And if you think your pet gets a little anxious or car sick, see your veterinarian for sedatives and antiemetics, so that makes your trip a lot more pleasant. Then bring your camera along, because I guarantee that's going to be your best trip ever.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. Let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we have this adult male short-haired cat. His name is Frank. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we have Archie. Look at Archie. The shelter says he's a 1-year-old boxer mix who loves to play and be held. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? The weather, it's not raining at the moment.
No, but we are going to get some additional scattered showers, even a few thunder showers as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Not a severe threat, so that's good. Some evening thunderstorms tomorrow. Very scattered, but the ones that do pop up will be strong to severe. And then a bigger severe threat moves in late on Saturday. So we're going to make that day a possible alert day.
Plenty of things to keep your eyes on in the coming days. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.